Okay, so this is my second story about Rendlesham Forest. So I used to go to Rendlesham Forest quite a lot. I haven't been so much the last couple of years, but I was always at Rendlesham Forest from like, must have been about 07 onwards. My ex-girlfriend used to live relatively near there. She used to live in Dedham. We used to drive up there quite a bit. She had a little daughter as well, It was very close, quite a close little group. And I've already done a video about the alien sighting. I don't know, it was quite a long time ago, and I don't know the time spans. I don't know whether it's before or after. I think it was after, but my girlfriend and I went camping. We took her young daughter and her cousin. I think her daughter was about 8 or 9 and her cousin was about 10 or 11, I think. Anyway, we went camping. They got a camping bit in Rendlesham Forest in the summertime. We took this big tent that I had, big old tent, like canvas tent. It was huge. And my girlfriend was a little bit of a, well, she wasn't stupid, but she'd done funny things. And it was her idea to go deer spotting in the woods. It sounds really stupid. I wouldn't do it now, but she said, let's go deer spotting in the woods and go on this walk. It's like a walk, there's like these walks you can do. So anyway, we were in on this walk. You know, it started off, it's quite light. It was just, sun had gone down and it was still, the light was still there, but you know, it was getting darker and darker. And by the time we got 3/4 of the way round, I'd say, it was dark. It was bloody dark. You know, and I was looking behind. It was like this. I mean, you can't see anything behind. And I was looking behind. I was getting quite nervous because you don't know who's out there, do you? So I'm holding this girl's hand and she's holding her daughter's hand. And we're walking through this forest. Didn't see any deer, you know, until like the end bit. Anyway, we're walking through this forest and we get about, well, just over halfway, and it was pitch black. Pitch black. We had these two pissy little torches. I couldn't hardly, you know, the batteries were going like, you know, in the middle of the forest, can't see shit. You know, because it's so dark because of all the trees. So, anyway, we're walking along, we're shining our torches. And we see these things in the distance. Like, we're walking along this path and looking ahead. Like, the girl was talking away, having a conversation. I can't remember what about, it's such a long time ago. But anyway, we see these group of eyes. We see these sets of eyes. There's about 3 or 4 sets of eyes. I can't be bang on. I think there was at least 3 sets. I think there was 4 sets altogether. But they were red and they were very tall. And they kept looking at us in a weird way. Our torches were kind of like shining on them, and they were going crossways. So we were going forward, and they were going across. This was about, how far away were they? How far away? I'd say they were about, it's hard to say. I'd say at least 2 articulated lorries away. And we were flashing these torches and their eyes were like red. I don't know whether the torch was reflecting their eyes or whether they just had red eyes. All I remember is they were going across this path and they just kept looking round at us like that. They would just kept looking ahead and then looking round. Looking ahead and looking around. And these things were quite tall. They were like over 6 foot tall. I mean, they were tall, and their eyes were like that shape. They were like a weird shape, and they were like that. I am not kidding. They were that shape. See that shape? And they were like that. And you know when you got an instinct, when you get an instinct where you think that something isn't right, and I had that immediately. I've got very good intuition, very good judgment. And straight away I thought, what the friggin' hell is that? What are they? And the first thing I said was, Ange, hold up a second, hold up, this doesn't feel good. And she's like, what is that? What is that? You know, when you had that, like, oh my goodness, what is that? What is that? What are they? You know, we're in the middle of this forest, miles away from the bloody campsite, and we got these sets of eyes. I mean, we don't know what the hell they are. They didn't look human. They didn't look like any kind of animal that I've ever seen. Because when you normally shine a light on an animal's eye, it normally reflects white light. Doesn't it? But my instinct just said, this is not good. That is not anything I know of. Those things aren't anything that I know of. That was my instinct. And I was panicking. Well, I was very nervous. I really was. And these eyes, man, they were just looking away, and then they looked fierce. They just looked fierce. They looked like they was going like, what are you looking at? Don't come near us, because we're gonna we'll kill you. We'll kill you, so stay away. And they were walking and looking at the same time, like that. All three sets of eyes were looking like in a group. Man, I'll never forget that. I've never forgot that. Just that feeling of like, oh my, what is that? What is it? We were both saying, what is that? What are they? What are they over there? You know, they're not horses. They weren't horses. It was just a feeling of like anxiousness. What is that? Scary. Anyway, we walked further on, and we did see a little roe deer. We were shining the torch, and his eyes were like just round, innocent, shining white light back, reflecting the white light. And I said, that's a deer. That's a deer. What we saw back there was not deers or anything that we know of. And that's my second story about Rendlesham Forest. Rendlesham Forest is a bit of it's a weird place. I always get that sense of weirdness with it. It's just everything is so still. Crazy. I just get really funny vibes when I go there. I love it, but I get funny vibes. Really funny vibes. So be careful if you go to Rendlesham Forest. Be careful. Never walk at night on your own.